And we are live. All right. Welcome to this week's NASP community questions. This week, we had a great question come in. How do I become more efficient with my time as a sales professional? All right. So if you have not yet joined NASP, be sure to click the link above and join the association to take advantage of our complimentary seller style assessment and complimentary seller style assessment feedback coaching call. And with that, Michelle, I would love to hear your thoughts around how do I become more efficient with my time in sales?
Yes. Well, this is one of those areas that has, I'll be honest, for years it challenged me. And I was of the mindset and the self-talk that I didn't have enough time. I wish I had more time. Oh, and just the feeling of overwhelm and then not getting everything done that I had committed to do, and then spiraling into shame. So the understanding that I do not get to utilize my 86,400 seconds. It's an equalizer. We all get the same amount of time. So there's those that are more efficient at it than many, right? And so the question was not how do I get more time, but how do I learn to optimize and utilize the time that I've been given? And then I decided to stop trying to make it up, figure it out, and go look to others who had done this successfully. And one of the first things I understand is that having a clearly defined target, right? My vision. If I don't know where I'm going, then I cannot optimize my time. It's like get up every morning and I get in a vehicle, and if I don't have a destination, then I'm just running around burning energy, stopping, and I'm asking everybody else, what should I do? Where should I go? Instead of being clear on my destination and my GPS and having a method of getting there. So I'm going a little long here, but time is so essential to success that I really did want to take a little bit more time to clarify that, being clear on where I'm going and then putting things in place. So if I'm going to the same destination, then I begin to get creative, and I start looking for shortcuts. I start looking for routes that will get me there faster, back ways, and how to repeat. And this is what we talk about, systems. So you hear a lot of people talk about systems and apps, and those are some of the things that will really help you begin to optimize your time. But first and foremost, I must be clear on where I'm going. If I don't know where I'm going, nothing is going to help get there faster. Rick, your thoughts?
Yeah, very, very. I love how you you walked us through the thought process there. I don't have enough time. I'm not making the best use of my time. I wish I had more time. Now I'm feeling, a little bit ashamed of how I'm using my time. My version of that is if I have not kind of been intentional in my planning, like the Sunday or the night before, and I'm in the Monday morning, and all these emails are flying at me. It's like, what can I do? What tasks can I get done? How can I appear busy, be doing something? Because that's kind of a lot of what corporate culture has been, right? Who's the busiest? Who comes in the earliest? Who leaves the latest? They must be doing a good job, that type of thing. When in reality, exactly to what you just said, it's more about who knows where they're going and who's being very intentional with their time, not from a reactive place, but from a proactive, pre-planned place, not from an amygdala fight or flight place, but from a proactively thought out, from the neocortex, prefrontal cortex type of place. So I love that point, and that's massively important. And the thought that came to mind for me with this question, how do I become more efficient with my time, is focusing on how can I do things once that are going to serve me many times in the future. Now, a simple, easy example of this is meeting links. I know, and I still communicate with people who set meetings by going back and forth in a series of from 3 to 5 to even upwards of that number of emails. And it's hard to say a word that really describes it other than it's very interesting. So what I love to do is, and I use a HubSpot meeting link. And I'm really consistent about this. I'm saying, well, book a time on my meeting link. oh, we'll just pick a time that works for you on my meeting link. And this saves any more emails because now they can just book a time and that meeting link serves me in going forward in the future forever. HubSpot is actually, you can get a free one through HubSpot. Calendly has a free link. So that's one example. Another example, and Michelle, you and I have been experiencing this a lot lately, is answering the same question over and over again in person when I'm, or on the phone. When I notice that I'm doing that even 2 or more times, I focus on how can I record this answer and how can I get it somewhere that's easy for people to find so that they can get this answer before, maybe they even need to get on a call with me and we can talk about some maybe more nuanced questions for their specific situation. So how can I do things once, create something once that my clients, prospects, colleagues, anybody I'm working with can utilize many, many, many times into the future? I can create online assets or systems assets that will serve me into the future instead of having to do tasks over and over again. And it's like the old school mentality is, let me create a job for myself, stay busy, and I can show that I'm doing things over and over again. The new school mentality is how can I use automation? How can I use a system to serve me automatically as onwards into the future? I set it up once, it serves me ongoing. So those are the thoughts that came to mind for this great question that came in.
Yeah, no, and I love everything you said. And I know working with you, one of the things that we really work to do is get the logic, right? The basic, as much as we can get on automation, because that gives us more time to go into that creative genius, right? That space where we can be valuable to ourselves as well as to the clients that we serve. Right? Because I'm not scrambling to remember what I should or ought to need to do or did or haven't done, right? Because it's on automate, it's being taken care of, and it frees me to focus on the outcomes and the deliverables of those outcomes of vision. So this is just such and again, the efficiencies of time, no one gets more time. It's how you optimize and utilize.
Yep, 100%. Some people are creating billions of dollars of net worth with the same 24 hours that other people are creating a $50,000 a year salary with. So it's same time, massive, divergence of what's possible to create in that time in terms of adding value to the world, which is how we make sales, get commission, grow our companies. So any final thoughts for this question for today, Michelle?
No, just again, taking that opportunity to partner with the National Association of Sales Professionals and start having conversations about how we can be of service and value to you to and Rick, take it away and tell them where they can find us.
Yep. Click the link above to join the association as a complimentary member and take advantage of the seller style assessment and feedback calls and all the other things that we have to offer the association, which you will find out as soon as you join. Thank you for joining us this week, and we look forward to talking with you again for our weekly community questions Facebook Live next week. Have a great week, everyone.
Everyone.